Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. See that? Notice how much it looks like a Swiss SIG P210? Well, it isn't. But what's interesting about it is it was designed by a Swiss man. His name was Charles Petter. And Charles Petter was a very ingenious gunsmith and gun designer. This is a French 1935A pistol from Sachem. I don't know what Sachem stands for, but it's a French company that they hired Petter to design it for them. And later on, when SIG, that one I do know, Swisches Industrie Gesellschaft, which means Swiss Industrial Machining. And they wanted to make one just like it, only they wanted to make it in, this one's in 32 French long or 7.65 French long, which is actually 30 Peterson. And they wanted to make one in 9mm to go with their 30 Lugers that they had laying about. And so they asked Petter if they could have rights to the patent, and he basically sold them the rights to the patent to make it. And the trigger system, let me show you the trigger system on it. It's kind of unique. First cock it. First make sure it's empty, which it is. French 32 long is kind of expensive to get a hold of these days. Then in a typical Browning-like move this to the rear and push this gizmo through. There. Pull it out and pull this up. Now this is pure Browning, the way this system works, but this is Petter's. See this trigger and hammer arrangement? Watch this. The whole thing comes out as one piece. Same thing happens on a SIG P210. It's a beautiful arrangement, just beautiful. Well, one other pistol used this arrangement, but they didn't bother to get a patent for it. You know, remember Chekhov on Star Trek? We invented it first? Yeah, the Tokarev. The Tokarev uses exactly the same trigger mechanism as the 1935A and the P210. But they never paid any kind of patent on this thing. They just did it. This one, by the way, is a Romanian, which is why it's got this gaping hole in it, because that's where the importer put the safety that never worked right, but it fulfilled the ATF regulations on imports. Disgusting things. I'd love to get, I don't know, one of the modern ones that come in, or they're not that modern, but the ones that come in nowadays, they have a Glock-like trigger on them. That since it has a Glock-like trigger, that accounts for a safety. And when you get it here, you can order a Tokarev trigger and just swap them out, so that you can have the Tokarev as God intended it. Anyway, and this is a Swiss K31. This is a standard battle rifle of the Swiss through World War II. As the P210 became the standard pistol of Switzerland. Petter had nothing to do with this one. It was made by a Schmidt-Rubin combination. Schmidt designed the rifle and Rubin developed the cartridge that shot. The GP11 standard issue 7.5 by I think 24 or 25 millimeters, I forget exactly, which is the standard Swiss cartridge. But it's a beautiful straight pull bolt system, and I love the Swiss design. I just love it. It's also one of the it's one of the most accurate rifles for just a standard military rifle in the world, which it has to be because it's Swiss. And the Swiss demand it. I mean, they're a country of marksmen, and you don't want to invade Switzerland. You just don't want to do it. It's what they created a system during World War II they called the National Redoubt, which means that every valley and every pass that came into Switzerland had a quaint little Swiss farmhouse near it. That in reality was a pillbox with huge artillery built into it. There's a guy named Mike who does a series called Bloke on the Range about shooting. And at one point, he was walking around in the hills of I forget what canton he was in. Mike lives in Switzerland. And he was showing off one of these interesting places. There's a couple of other documentaries on YouTube you can find on it that are just fascinating. You know, the Swiss have, I think every house in Switzerland has a bomb shelter built into it. And every city has these enormous community bomb shelters that are nuclear shelters, you know. Matter of fact, they had some where they basically had honeycombed an entire mountain or two. And they've since retired those. And these days, IT companies put servers down there because it's constantly cold all year. So it's easy to keep it air conditioned. To keep it air conditioned. Also, I think there's a company that's storing some wine in one of them, and another company that's got cheese stored in another. So, you know, waste not whatnot. This whole I'm on a Swiss kick because I got this new hat. It's kind of cool, you know. Just what you need if you're going up into the Alps somewhere to yodel, or play one of those long horns that they play. Which reminds me, I probably could use a Ricola right now. Oh well. Just talking about Charles Petter. I think he's a very interesting character. Look him up sometime on. I think Wikipedia might have an article on him. Petter, Petter. He made many designs. He designed a submachine gun, as I recall, and I think he had something to do with some artillery as well. Later in life, he became a French citizen and moved to France. Well, he was some muckety-muck in several of their factories over there. They really appreciate a good gunsmith, you know. That's the problem these days. We just don't appreciate good gunsmiths anymore. I think the best one for designers that we've got right now is a fellow named Mark Serbu. But and I think he's even got a video channel out there, but I don't think he's well appreciated. I like him. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Happy trails.